told my friend why I don't want to date him, and our friends are saying I broke him. Mark texted me yesterday morning asking if I could meet him for lunch. Said he had something important to talk about. We've been friends for 10 years, so I figured maybe he needed advice about something or was having family drama. I told him I could swing by around 1. I got to the cafe and he was already sitting at a table in the back corner. He'd ordered himself a coffee but hadn't gotten food yet. When I sat down, he seemed nervous, like fidgeting with his napkin nervous. We ordered sandwiches and made small talk about his job search and my classes. Normal stuff. Then after we finished eating, he cleared his throat like 3 times and finally said he needed to ask me something serious. I told him to go ahead. He looked me dead in the eye and said he didn't understand why I was dating my boyfriend when he's clearly the better match for me. I just stared at him because what the hell are you supposed to say to that? I asked him what he meant. Mark launched into this whole speech about how he liked me first, how he met me first, how he's better looking than my boyfriend and knows me way better. He said he's taller and more successful, which is hilarious because my boyfriend actually works a real job while Mark is 23 and still lives off his parents' money. His dad pays his rent and his mom bought his car. He kept going on about how he's been waiting for me all this time and doesn't get how I could choose someone else, like I was a prize at the end of some game he'd been playing for 10 years. I sat there for a second just processing. Then I asked if he really wanted me to be honest with him. He said yes, so I told him the truth. I said I would never want to date him because I've seen how he treats his girlfriends. He had this girl 2 years ago who he'd ignore for days at a time, just wouldn't answer her calls or texts. Then he'd show up at her place like nothing happened, expecting her to act normal. When she got upset, he'd call her dramatic. Last year, he dated another girl for 4 months and ghosted her the week before her birthday. Didn't break up with her, just stopped responding. She had to hear from his roommate that he wasn't interested anymore. I told him he's too immature and irresponsible, that dating him would be exhausting because I'd have to parent him. I explained that over the past few years, I'd been putting distance between us specifically because I didn't like watching him treat people like garbage. That our friendship had been fading because of his behavior, not because I was busy. When I finished talking, he didn't say anything. He just sat there staring at his plate. After maybe 30 seconds of silence, he grabbed his jacket and said he had to go. He threw a 20 on the table and walked out. I sat there alone for a minute, then paid the rest and left. I went home and did homework, made dinner, normal Thursday stuff. Around 7, my phone started blowing up. First, it was his roommate asking what I said to Mark. Then 2 other friends from our group. They all said the same thing, that Mark came home and went straight to his room, that he'd been drinking since 4 in the afternoon, that he wouldn't tell anyone what happened, but he was a complete mess. I explained what went down at lunch, told them exactly what I said. They all turned on me, said I was harsh, that I didn't need to be so brutal. One of them said I broke him and that I should apologize. Another said I should have just lied and made up a fake excuse instead of attacking his character.